What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. I liked the Maxi and Felicia scenes today. I did. I liked it because you know what? It's very realistic. Um, I get how Maxi could easily fall into financial despair. I get it. It's rough out here, for a lot of people. Especially when you're dealing with a crisis at work, you know what I mean? Plus you dealing with credit card issues. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It can happen to anybody, especially the most financially sound people. You know what I mean? Like you could be the most financially competent person in the world and one bad luck, one little whiff of bad luck could knock all that out. So I definitely get where Maxie coming from because I've been there before too. I done made money, lost money, made it again, lost again, made it again. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. Um, Especially once you start getting into that credit card mess. Like I totally felt her with that. Like that's the one thing I pride myself on is being somewhat financially literate when it comes to credit cards and stuff. Cause I learned at a very early age, if you're gonna get a credit card, whatever you buy, pay it off. Pay that card off. You know what I'm saying? Buy things with your credit card within reason. Because you want to buy it knowing that you can afford to pay that card off. You know what I'm saying? And I pay my card off, my credit card, I pay that shit off before the interest even hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even got to deal with the interest. Because as soon as if I use my card November, okay, say if I use it in November and I spend like $200 on it or whatever, I buy something for like $200. So I don't have to pay it until October, right? Once October hit, and they say, well, your bill is due October 15th. I pay that mother by the 5th or the 10th. You know what I'm saying? It's paid. You know what I'm saying? Because you paid it early. You paid the full amount. And you did it before the interest got tacked on. Because that's one thing I don't play about is that damn interest. So I totally felt for Maxie in that point. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And I'm not surprised that Felicia wanted to help her and write her a check and talk to Matt to see what they, further, what else they can do. See what else they can liquidate or whatever to help her. I get it. Maxie went a little crazy with the credit cards, trying to save money, but it backfired. She done bought this furniture that she got to put together herself because she couldn't afford to, have it already assembled and just have people come and assemble it. She couldn't afford that. So now it's hard for her to put shit together herself. You know what I mean? I get it. Especially when you got kids. She got 3 kids. They getting older. You know what I'm saying? As they get older, the expenses get heavier. The more the expense. Because they going to want more stuff. More and stuff for kids nowadays is getting even more expensive than when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get the bind that she's in. And I love that Felicia didn't hesitate to spring into action, to financially help her and stuff like that. But I also understand where Maxie is coming from, because I've been on that. I've been on that. You know what I'm saying? As a grown adult, I dealt with that when I was probably like 23, 25, 26. I dealt with that, where you fall on hard financial times and, your parent want to jump in and help you and you like, nope, I've dealt with that. So I totally get where she coming from. You don't want that help. As bad as, it's not that you don't want it. It's just you want to prove something to yourself. Prove something to yourself and prove something to your family, your parents and stuff that you can do this on your own. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing. It makes you want to prove it. Like, yo, I'm grown now. Let me figure this out on my own. But that's also a beautiful thing too when you got family that's financially able to help you out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They want to do it. Because they don't want you to have to struggle. They don't want you to have to do that. They want to help you out. If they can help you out, why not? So I get it. That whole paying them back and stuff like that. She just don't want to take their money because they had plans with their money. Mac and Felicia planned on traveling the world and stuff, and she don't want to derail that, because this is their time. You know what I'm saying? They don't have kids to raise anymore and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're older. They're, they got the ability to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And she don't want to take that from them. And I get it, but you need help. Credit card debt is no joke. And I totally get where Felicia coming from because once you get in that credit card debt, it is hard to get out of it. Especially when at them interest rates. The interest alone will fuck you. Like, you will be paying off the interest before you even get to the principal. Like, you could spend $5,000 on credit card bills, and mind you, that's the interest you're paying. That's not even the principal. That's not the actual amount that you're actually paying. That's the interest. All that money is the interest before you even get to the damn principal. So you're going to forever and a day pay that credit card off. You know what I'm saying? You're going to swim in debt. So credit card debt is no joke. Like, that shit is serious. Like, it's no joke. You know, I had friends who was in credit card debt too. You know, and it took a minute for them to finally crawl up out of that. You know, and it wasn't no easy task. But yeah, I love that scene. It was so just real. You know what I mean? Hopefully she could work it out, you know. So moving on from that, I love that Lois and Gloria are here. I love that Gloria popped in for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. I love it. My only thing is, why does she need her own storyline though? Like, what does she need that for? You know, I just feel like, I mean, it was a very short storyline, but the reason I mention that is because we have characters on this show that's been on the show too, you know what I mean, busting their ass, grinding out, and they don't even got storylines. But Gloria gets her own little storyline, even though it was small and it was, you know, handled within a day. It's like, still, it's like, did she need one? She could have just came for Thanksgiving, you know what I mean, hung out with the family, made some remarks, and went on about her way. Even though I love seeing her, it's been wonderful having her, but I'm just saying. But I'm glad they wrapped her story up rather quickly. It was kind of crazy though. I mean, you got a Russian mobster basically trying to kill her dog over some words with his little filthy wife. Like, what? And I get it, you know, because BLQ was like, listen, let's call Sonny. I get where Yuri was coming from, because I don't really think they needed to get Sonny involved in this. You know what I mean? This is such a minor thing. And I feel like had they would have got Sonny involved, they would have just blew the hell up, because you know how Sonny can be. So I'm just like, it was so minor. It was like, I'm glad BLQ stepped in and saved the day on this one. She was like, listen, let's figure this thing out here. Let's drop this whole situation that you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't come after my grandmother or her dog, and I'll let your nephew, you know, be a part of this band that I'm putting together or whatever, doing a show with, whatever. I'll let him be a part of that. You know, so the mobster was like, all right, cool. You know, but your grandmother can't come back to the bingo hall, though. She can't come back to the church and play bingo. I don't blame Gloria for being a little pissed, because I'm like, first of all, I wish somebody would tell my grown ass where I can and cannot go to play bingo or do anything for that matter. I wish you would, but for the sake of keeping peace, that's fine. I'll stay away. Not a problem. Not a problem. But Gloria was doing too much though, because she's sitting here asking BLQ and Chase when y'all get married. I'm like, did you not, Miss Gloria, ma'am? I love you, but it took a lot just to get these two to admit that they had feelings for each other. You talking marriage? Baby, you're going to be waiting on marriage for a very long time, because that's not going to happen, okay? The two of them is like a bad High School Musical when it comes to serious conversations about their relationship. So I wouldn't hold my breath on no marriage. I'm just saying. I was just like, marriage? Guess again, you thought. No, ma'am. So anyway, moving on from that. I definitely agree with Martin, you know, what he told Finn, because I'm glad Finn acknowledged that, dude, you're like the 10th person that told me that the GH lawyers ain't got my back. I'm like, duh, because they don't. You know what I mean? And I'm glad Martin told him, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why would you sit here and answer the lawyer's questions and stuff without counsel? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that. That was a wrong move on Finn's part. Like, he should have never spoke with her at all without an attorney present. Because that lawyer is definitely going to try to throw him to the wolves. And I'm glad that, you know, Martin let her know, like, listen, you trying to throw my client to the wolves, I will throw this hospital to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? We could play tit for tat if you want. You know what I mean? You go after my client, I go after yours. I'll make them look liable. You know, because it's ridiculous to insist that, oh, well, he should have known that the patient had cancer from the first test that he did. Well, there was it depends on the type of test that you're running. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't show up in the test results, then how was he supposed to know the man had cancer if it didn't show up in the initial results, which it did not? And he told the man to come back for a follow-up. So if you don't come back for a follow-up, that's on his ass. It ain't on Finn. That's on that man. He's a grown man. That's your responsibility to come to the doctor. They can't force you to go back to the doctor for follow-ups. That's on you. That's on your family to get you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And I definitely agree with Martin. From now on, when Finn goes into any type of conversation with that lawyer, when they go to the deposition or whatever for him to be deposed, stick to the facts. Do not answer questions. Don't say more than what you need to say, basically. You know what I'm saying? Stick to the facts. If she asks you a specific question, answer that specific question and move on. Do not elaborate. Don't say no more. Don't say no less. Just stick to the facts. Okay? And that's what Finn needs to do. You hired this man to be your attorney. Listen to your attorney. That's the problem with some of these people in these shows. They hire these high-priced ass lawyers but don't want to listen. I'm like, so why are you wasting all this coin on these lawyers if you ain't gonna listen to them? You might as well go in the courtroom and represent your damn self, if that's the case. So hopefully Finn will listen. Hopefully. Moving on from that, speaking of people who don't listen, Molly. Girl. She is setting herself up for failure in her relationship with TJ at this point, because she really is meeting with these coaches and these people to look at candidates and stuff, to get folders and stuff on these potential candidates. I'm like, Molly, what are you doing? Like, to me, it's blatant disrespect, because TJ told her what he's going through. He told her how he felt about this. Is she still gonna go through with this? To me, that is blatant disrespect. It's like she's totally disregarding his feelings here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I agree with Alexis. You need to talk to TJ first. You know what I mean? Like, don't keep having these meetings behind his back and stuff like that. It's only going to make her relationship issues with him worse. You know? Like, once he finds out, like, oh, you still meeting with these coaches and looking at candidates and stuff, after I already told you how I felt, it's going to backfire on her. It's going to backfire. Like, she think they having issues now. Keep it up. Keep it up. Your little domestic partnership will be over. I'm just saying. Because Alexis was definitely spot on with Molly by telling her, like, listen, you need to talk to TJ before you proceed with all this, because this has to be something y'all both agree to, that y'all both want. You can't just do these things on your own. You know what I mean? And hopefully Molly wise up and she listened to her mother, because she was on point. So anyway, moving on from that. I don't blame Sonny for confronting Ava, because he need to know, like, listen, did you kill that man? Because Sonny was like, listen, if you killed his ass, let me know, because the more you waste time and make me keep trying to drag the answers out of you, the worse this is going to be, because the longer this take, I'm trying to cover your fucking tracks, basically. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time to waste, because it's not looking too good, because let's be honest, she did have a motive to kill the man. Do I believe she did it? No. Do I believe she sent somebody to do it? No. Because Ava genuinely didn't know he was even in Paultuck. So I definitely believe Ava's hands are clean on this one. But Sonny did have a point, though. Many people knew that they were associated. So it's, you know, the cops are bound to come knocking on her door asking questions. But I feel like, you know, Ava ain't got nothing to hide at the end of the day, because the cops ain't got nothing. There's no murder weapon. There's nothing to tie her to it. Even if they do have some type of motive for her to kill him, you got to prove that she did it, which there's no proof. So I don't think she got really anything to worry about. But the problem is, you got Mason trying to throw her ass under the bus too, because he basically told Dante, oh, you need to go talk to Ava, because she been sleeping with him. First of all, they only had sex once, sir. Once. It's not like they were, you know, having liaisons every single night. It was just one night. Didn't last very long. Okay. I'm just saying. So yeah, Mason definitely trying to throw Ava under the bus on this one, because even Dante was like, well, Ava's definitely going to be a suspect, because she has been around him and whatnot. They've been associated with each other, so they definitely need to take a look at her, which is not unusual. But Dante also need to listen to Sonny and look into Cyrus. You know, he definitely need to go talk to Cyrus about this. I would start there too. You know, you got a couple suspects and you got to rule them out. But Ava, I don't believe she did that. I don't believe she did that. Because all they got to do is look at her digital footprint. Like, look at her cell service and all that type of stuff. I'm pretty sure it pinged in Port Charles. So if she got an airtight alibi and you can prove that she was in Port Charles the night that he died, then, you know, she didn't do it. I would definitely look at Cyrus' little monkey ass. Cause I know he either did it personally. I think he did it personally because whoever was in Austin's home, he knew who it was. Because he was like, what are you doing here? Like, he knew who it was. It wasn't like it was some stranger that did it. You know what I mean? Like, he recognized the person clearly. So, it had to be Cyrus. You know, do they got proof of where he was? Because I'm pretty sure he probably did it. So anyway, moving on from that. Well, I think that was everything in this episode, actually. So, hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.